All right, let's take a look at viewports. So when a website is created, if the person who's authoring that website is thinking about it, they should be planning for what we call responsive web design. And that means that your website is going to be useful and viewable regardless of the device that you're using. So I gave you a couple of options. Responsive test tool is one, and is responsive is the other. I'll tell you it's real hit and miss as to which ones are going to work properly, but here's the situation. You're going to type the address in, copy and paste it. So here is addictinggames.com. And then I selected that and put it in this box and hit check. Notice here on this one, it shows me this is the desktop laptop view. So this is what this is going to look like in a desktop or laptop. But I can come up here and click tablet and then choose a tablet like Apple iPad mini. And then it scrolls it down and you can see how it looks here. So these stack across. Notice that in this particular one, I don't have scroll bars at the bottom. So that means the page is automatically sending things to the next line, which is handy because that's kind of what we want it to do, right? Um, Let me go ahead and make a smaller view. We'll go to the mobile view and then let's pick a little phone. I'll do a little Apple iPhone 8 Plus. So now it scrolls down even more and we've lost some of the boxes at the top and now we have a little hamburger menu and that's how we can access some of those categories. So you can see this website is very much responsive. I never get scroll bars at the bottom. Everything resizes, like the size of all these little boxes, they resize on their own. Okay. Now, again, not all websites are going to work. For instance, if I take the Taco Bell website and pop it in to this other one, and I could do it in this one too. The results are the same. It gives me this, it refused to connect. I think some websites have something built into them that doesn't allow other people to load their websites inside of their other websites. So if you get one that's like that, you'll have to do it manually. So let me show you how to do it manually. I'm on a laptop right now. And this is what this looks like. I'm actually not even completely full screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of the edges of my browser window. Okay. So I'm just going to pull in a little bit, pull in a little bit. We're going to see if it gets any different as I go. So there is like a teeny tiny scroll bar, but it's just this little white space here on the bottom. I'll pull in a little bit more. Eventually, a good website, there we go, is going to hit what's called a break point. And it's going to break to where everything changes. So notice now we have icons at the top. We have a little menu that we can click and access. So this one is also indeed responsive and it starts stacking things on top of one another. I still don't have a scroll bar down at the bottom that's going to be annoying. The fonts are big enough to read, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's all you're going to do in this project. You're going to go find a website. I don't care what kind of website that it is. Of course, it needs to be school appropriate, but a restaurant's a good place to start if you have like absolutely no idea, or websites that you visit a lot. Don't do things that are just super common. I mean, like, don't go to Google or YouTube or something like that. So pick something that's a little more specific. Um, and then test it out. See if it works in one of the emulators. If it doesn't work in an emulator, then just do as I did here. Test the breakpoints on your own and see how it changes based on the size of your viewport in your browser. And then answer the questions that are listed.